Hey everybody, Andrew Wagenbach coming to you from St. Charles Borromeo Library. When it was rainy this weekend, we had extra time in the house that maybe we didn't know what to do with. And I know for some of us, it is a struggle to figure out what we're going to do. And one of the things that I was drawn to do this weekend was to pick up a book that my 9-year-old, yes, my 9-year-old son had just read, and it was The Hobbit. I haven't read The Hobbit in years and years and years. It's been so long that I kind of, when I think of The Hobbit, I think of the movie instead of the book. And so I picked up the book and I started reading it this weekend, and it was so great to try to imagine what the Shire was like. What it was like to see a goblin, what it was like to see one of the different characters that J.R.R. Tolkien does such a great job. J.R.R. Tolkien does a great job of just defining and the songs that are sung. And so I guess I just want to encourage you today, and my Saint challenge for the day is to pick up a book that maybe you have read in the past, or maybe a book that you haven't read. I'm standing around in this library, and what a great opportunity for you to come maybe to the church and to check one of these out, to grab one of these books. And I picked a few out here. This is a book that I read while I was on a silent retreat out of Pachymon Terrace. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, that's a children's book. But it's really a great way to easy read something to meditate on the life of Saint Kateri Tekakwitha. There's lots of these different books in our library, and they're all different saint books, and it tells the saint story. They do a great job of telling the saint story. I read another one of these in college. It was called St. Patrick's Summer, and it's all about St. Patrick and all the stories that are related to him. It maybe gives us a gateway or an example or a way that we can live our life as well, and so that's a great book. Another one that is really great if you have lots of questions about theology: did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? 199 questions answered. And this is such a great book because it's a lot of the different questions that maybe we have. One of them is Christ more present in the Eucharist than he is in society? Another one is some of my friends are Buddhist. Explain what Buddhism is and what it teaches. This just gives us a great way to kind of maybe we do a question a day, and it gives us opportunity to think, opportunity to ponder, and it gives us the answers when maybe our friends are asking us these questions. There's another one, did Jesus Christ have a last name? Which Christ wasn't his last name. That was his title because he was the Messiah. And so these are all questions that maybe come up, maybe you can think about. Another one, parents. My wife right now is in love with Jacques Philippe, and she loves me too, but she really loves this author, Jacques Philippe. Maybe you've read some of his books. Some of these books are very, very easy to read, but they're super, super deep. And so they're really small books. You can easily read them quickly, but the goal of this book, I think, is for us to just slow down and to meditate and to think. Reading is a great opportunity to use our imagination, to use our mind, the mind that God gave to each and every one of us. And there's just books, hundreds of books in this library waiting to be checked out, waiting to be read by you. Another great thing that you could do is you could go to your local library. Maybe there isn't a book here that you really wanted to read. But I know the local libraries are still checking books out to people. We just went and picked some up. They set them out on a little table, and then you go and grab them, and it works out really, really well. You get a really sweet if you're in Ramsey County, really sweet Ramsey County library bag. But my challenge to you is to find a book that maybe you read when you were younger and you haven't picked it up for a really long time. Maybe it's a book that you've always wanted to read and you never took the chance or the time to do it. So maybe in some free time, maybe in some time of leisure, find a great book that will inspire you to use your imagination, to challenge you, maybe theologically, maybe your faith, or will just give you a great time just to have some fun and to reflect. One last idea is, I know there's a group of girls on my street that are doing a book club, and the four of them are reading the same book. They're actually reading the Chronicles of Narnia, and then they have Zoom meetings together, the four of them, so that they can talk about the book, can ask each other, what did they like, what didn't they like? And so this is another great idea of how you could read a book and still do a book study, even if you can't see each other in person. So more to come. Hope you're having a great day. God bless. Get out there and enjoy this great weather, but it's going to rain again because it's spring. So grab a great book. Make sure you have one so that you can dive more in to your imagination. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.